You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Get a little deeper as we finish up the regular season?
Well, here's the problem. I get the premise. You don't have any tight ends that are going to factor into this competition, okay? I mean, Jason Llewellyn is your third tight end. He's more of a blocker. He's a deep snapper. He's got a role. Trey Jackson's just not ready. From a wide receiver standpoint, it's really can only be Kelby Volson and Micah Hudson right now, because this is part of the problem. Roy Alexander has just been incognito. He's out. TJ West out. Bryson Jones out. Now Leighton Stone out. And so you've got some young guys. I'm sitting here looking at, and there's just Tristan Gentry has been, as we know, he's been out for a lot of the season. So maybe there's a Price Morgan or a Tyson Turner, or I mean, you're just like Michael Deaver, who's a true freshman. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of other options. As we mentioned on the broadcast the other day, they went into the game because of the Leighton Stone injury. You had basically 5 receivers that you were comfortable playing, your 3 starters, and then Hudson and Volson were kind of the 2 that would rotate in. So maybe their button gets pushed a bit more or something. But that's what you said too earlier, is that this isn't just a one guy problem on these drops. And I go back to the 2 games that you had the most frustrating red zone days, that your field goal kickers shine the most, were in Houston and against BYU. And that was the common theme in the red zone. Just drop passes. And I if you want to criticize Barron, and I've heard people do it, I just don't know you can do that without mentioning the drop passes that he's hitting guys right in the freaking hands. And I'm not saying that they're all easy, or anything like that, but I just know that the quarterback's got to play better. But nobody mentions because I mean, Virgil, Carter, and Aiken all dropped passes in their hands against BYU. We knew, like it was Caleb and Coy, and I'm trying to remember, and maybe it was Carter in that Houston game, and some of those red zone opportunities that would have been a first down, could have been a touchdown, all those things. So I just think this is some shared blame, and I will credit Barron for this too. Maybe I have missed it. I think a lot of quarterbacks would lose their mind over some of this and really have some either poor body language. They would act out a bit. They would be visibly frustrated. And we see it all the time. Professional level, college level, everybody feels the pressure. I don't think he has said a word to any of his teammates. And he has taken the high road, if you will, when he probably well within his right to go, damn it, man, catch the ball, But I asked the coach one time, is like, I heard a coach say to somebody that should have caught it, hey, catch the ball. And the coach actually was coaching one of his coaches, and he said, no, they know that. Give them a coaching point. Explain to them how they can catch it better. They already know to catch the ball. That's what they're trying to do. They're not trying to drop it. So let's coach our coaches on, like what can we do better? But you're going to hear, hey, these are contagious. It's kind of like missed free throws. I don't know if that's true or not. Sometimes it's a mental thing, but it's like focus. I mean, Mike used to get him out there with a tennis ball machine and just make him catch a million, so maybe there's a jugs, with the jugs machine, and there's a routine that they need to get into and just like put on in the extra work so it creates some confidence for themselves. I don't know, but it hasn't killed you, but it certainly has the chance to. And I hate it, because these are good players. These are good players, and it's just been a bit of an issue that's popped up all seemingly together and not shared by one guy.
First, today's episode brought to you by Gametime. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly feel the call of the stadium. That's exactly where Gametime comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. And with the money you save on tickets, you can then splurge on foods, drinks, gear, and more. Gametime makes it all possible. And best of all, Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get the first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. And if you're like me, you get tired of endless scrolling trying to find the best deal, and that's why Game Time's Zone Deals is the go-to move, since it automatically picks the best seats in your section for you at the best price. And as always, you can get a view from your seat right there in the app, so before you buy, you know exactly what you're going to see. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use our code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use our code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE, Locked On College, for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets at the lowest price, guaranteed.
Yeah, I like the group. That's exactly what I was thinking. I like your group, and you've clearly been dynamic and able to hit on some big plays, and you know they're capable of the contested catches. We just saw one of the best in the country from the weekend from Caleb Douglas, but there just hadn't been that steady Eddie, Mr. Reliable kind of feel yet. I don't know. Maybe we break into some of that as we get into these final few weeks and into whatever the postseason is going to bring. But either way, Chris, it has been one of those things on the list of making you wonder when it really, really gets tight. If you wind up where you want to be, either in Arlington or beyond, can you sustain what you need to, say offensively, maybe to close a game or go take a game after I believe your defense would have put you in a position to do that in the fourth quarter. I think I was just having this conversation on Locked On Big 12 this week with Drake Toll about what could be the separation in those moments. And elite national title kind of caliber defense, I think we are all buying into at this point in time. Now, can you make something out of it offensively with a very good group, certainly an improved group from where we've been for many years over the previous decade? But we're talking about the best of the best is the company you want to keep. So it's a thin line there. Another opportunity to get back after it coming up Saturday afternoon on Senior Day against Central Florida. And it's been kind of interesting, too. I was thinking about that passing game consistency. How many big plays have we seen from some of these ball carriers as pass catchers this year? So that's been a big component of it as well and has helped with some of that home run hitting. But we'll take all we can get.
And I would say with your quarterback situation and the defensive end situation for UCF, I would say there's a high probability you could major in some of that this weekend. Like get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
Like let's manufacture, quick touches, and quick, quick game. I guess I'm trying to say, and just get the guys the ball on the perimeter, some easier catches, get them in space, let them have at it. And it protects your quarterback all the while, and it could negate the pass rush of those defensive ends to a certain extent as well. So,
slow down a pass rush, run the ball.
Yep. Well,
how long has that been true?
Yep, that too. Yep, that's right.
Hopefully they can make it happen, and everyone is healthy, wealthy, and wise leaving the ball game on Saturday. Chris, appreciate your time on the road, my man. We'll reconvene in just a few hours' time to talk Tech hoops after we get you back to the LBK. So hang tight with us today. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you don't miss that conversation not too far from now. But appreciate the time to talk football once again, Chris. Enjoyed it, and we'll see you for the next one.
You got it, man. Hoping and moving up in the CFP rankings, and Senior Day coming up. Our cup runneth over yet again. So, like last week, I'm ready to turn that cup over and spill it out all over everybody, man. So, guns up, keep hope alive, and we'll talk soon.
Hey, get subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you never miss an episode. We appreciate the everydayers for always being out there. And, of course, the Matador Mob. Find our show notes and hit the link there for a free 14-day trial. If you're interested in joining that crew, your direct line to Chris and myself with one-on-one text sent straight to your phone. For Chris, I'm Casey. Thanks, as always, for the time. Hope to see you back for the next round on Locked On Texas Tech.